Hello! I am so excited about today's project. The inspiration came from my previous video where I did this journal page, which is a perfect example of one of the benefits of journaling. It enables you to try different things in a safe place because it's your journal and nobody has to see it if you don't want them to. And it really lets you discover some really cool techniques. And the technique I use for this, I'm going to translate into today's project. I'm going to take the process I used for this and turn it into these adorable tags. Aren't they just so cute? I got so into it. As you can see, I made several. I even just turned this one, which I absolutely love, and I turned it into a paper clip. There's just different ways you can do it. You can add stickers. You can add stamping, draw, and watercolor. Here I just made a simple bookmark. The ideas just kept coming. So I thought we would make some of these today. I adorned the others, but these two I didn't. But I also have some blank ones so we can start from scratch. And here is one that's just the craft paper. I just cut it down and cut off my corners, and there you go. It's simple to make a tag. I happen to have a punch. I haven't used it very often, but you absolutely don't need a punch. You can always just make your own tag. And as you can see, it turns out so cute. I will show you the process in case you missed that other video. I hope you stay with me. Let me clean up my desk and we'll get started. Here we are. I'm always playing with my watercolors. So I have tons of paper towels where I've cleaned off my brush and I've used them all up and wadded them up and thrown them in the trash beside me. So I pulled the pieces apart so that it's just one ply, and I started gluing it down. I used Mod Podge, but we're not using Mod Podge today. We're just going to use glue stick. It's such a small surface that this does a phenomenal job. Now you might be saying, well, I don't have any of these watercolor paper towels right now, but if you don't have any, you can cheat. Grab some watercolor. Okay, I'll wet a brush and I just picked some colors out. But actually a little more haphazard. I just really swish them around all over. See, this is a pretty blue. I just added whatever colors I wanted, so you can be specific. If you just want certain colors, then this gives you the ability to create pretty much exactly what you want. Maybe you just want all shades of blues and greens, or maybe you just want a mishmash of all colors. That's fine. So once you put in whatever colors you want, I went ahead and just added a little bit more water so that they can run and mix and, and look a little bit more natural. Then I just have this paper towel and then I just put it down. Put it down and then just wipe it up as if I were cleaning my palette, which is another thing you can do. If you have dirty palettes, then this is a perfect way to clean them and still use the pigment that you just cleaned off. That way nothing is wasted. So there you go. Now this is a 2-ply. I'll open it, but look how pretty that is. It's just very delicate. Those are very delicate colors. Let's see. I think, well, there's some in the middle here. I can try to, I can just clean up my palette. Because sometimes I don't want to clean my palette because there's so much paint there and I don't want to waste it. So this is the perfect project that makes you feel good about cleaning your palette and the paint does not go to waste because you're going to use it in your paper towel. So there, yay, my palette is clean. Let's see. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. Oh, that turned out great. I love it. That's way more natural looking than even, putting it in and spraying and mopping it up that way. Now I'm going to pull them apart. You can do it now while it's wet, or you can wait till it dries. I tend to do it while it's wet. That way it's thinner and it will dry faster. So there you go. Now you've got two beautiful pieces of paper towel to work with. I went ahead and used my heat tool so that you could see what they look like when they dried. They are absolutely gorgeous. In case you're wondering, this is the punch that I have. And I'm sorry, I don't know who made it. My first thought was EK Tools, but I don't know. Like, you would think it would say somewhere on here with the company name, but I don't see it, so I can't swear that's where it came from. But it will punch 2.5 inch, 2 inch, and 1.5 inch tags, and that's what I've got here. I have one of each. The material I'm using is kind of like a file folder, possibly a tiny bit thinner, and definitely sturdy enough for this project. We'll just do one at a time, and we'll get the paper towel put on. You just need to pick one and decide which one you want to use. You can do front and back. I did this one front and back, but it was just, you know, a rectangle, so it was easy just to flip it over. With this, you have all these curves, and it would be a lot more complicated. It's stressful to me to try to do that. If you make your own tag, or you have a different punch that maybe makes it just like this, that would be probably a lot simpler because you just have straight angles you could cut. So doing both sides may be a better option. I'm just going to do the front. So this is just beautiful. So I want to use this, I know, for one. So I get my glue book, get my glue stick, and this is Scotch Create. It's a permanent glue stick. Trying to make sure I get the edges really well. Just give it a nice, good coating. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have some white space and maybe not all with the ink. So I'll lay it down, and then I'll just use my finger. And there we go. But you can use a bone folder and go over it, but honestly, I usually just use my finger. This glue is really sticky. It adheres really well. So then I cut it out. Now you could probably put a little water and tear it. That's another option. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love how these turn out. I really do. Now for the hole, all I do is take a pencil and just push it through. And on the back, I grab my scissors and I just trim the extra. Let's see, you know what? I have another idea. Let's see if a hole punch will work. Oh, there we go. It's just a little bit larger than the original punch left, so it was able to clean it up. That's the way to go. So there we go. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Okay, let's add color to the next ones. So I've got, you know, just plenty of it, but let's pick something else. Let's add one of these brown ones. We're heading into fall, so this looks like a good fall color. That glue is mostly dried, so I can use the same page. Get my glue stick, and here we go. Okay, I like this super kind of grungy section. So let's try to get that on there. It's sticking to my page a little, so peel it off. Now I'll cut it off. A little hole punch. Isn't that pretty though? Honestly, sometimes I look at these and I just hate to cover them up. That's what we've got so far. All right, we have this last little one. Maybe we could use one of the ones that I just made. Look at that. About something like that. Oops. A little crooked. Yeah, it's the only thing you want to make sure you cover the whole thing. Okay, this one's got a few wrinkles in it. It actually doesn't look bad. The only time it would give you a problem is if you want a watercolor, because I learned that when I was doing my journal page. If the watercolor hits a wrinkle, it just shoots right down it. But otherwise, wrinkles shouldn't be a problem. Actually, I kind of like how it looks. Okay, I tell you, going around these curves is really kind of annoying. I guess I'm just not very good at it. That is just really, really pretty. I love that. So this is what we've got. Everything is nice and dry. And I think I'll go ahead and just start with this one. It's such a fall color. I was thinking it would be cute just to add a few little acorns. Some of my favorite ones I've done are ones that I painted on. It's just organic. I mean, these are nice, but it just, you know, they sit on top. It is pretty, but the ones that are part of the paper towel, these are definitely my favorite. But I'm not going to paint, actually. I'm going to use gel pens. And for that, I'm going to use my Color It set. This was awesome. I don't use it very often, and there's just an immense amount of options. There's 48 colors. I've had it for a few years at least. I did a video on it whenever I first got it, and I'm guessing it was like $20. I can't really remember, but it comes in a really cool box, and it has this little case as well, and it comes with refillable nibs. So I just think it was awesome. And I'm going to pick what looks like the darkest brown, and it's called Root. So I think that's as dark brown as I get. Let me bring you in a little closer. There we go. So I'm just going to add my little caps. Yeah, using the gel pens, I don't have to worry about it running or just, you know, kind of getting out of control. I thought, why not? So here's my little cap, and then I just draw my little acorn. I'm not worried about super perfection. I just wanted to add a cute little symbol of fall. Isn't that cute? You saw I was really scribbling on the caps, so not going for super accuracy or real perfection. I'm going to finish it off with a little inking, of course, because that's what we do here, right? We ink. Make sure it's nice and covered. It's already fairly dark, so I feel like I need to be a little heavier on my inking around the edges. Now, I don't think this is going to show up, but I thought I might try using this one as ivory. And I thought I would kind of go over the nut with that just to try to lighten it up a little bit. If nothing else, it'll add some glitter to the actual nut, so it'll maybe make it stand out a little bit better. As suspected, you really can't see the color that I added, but it does make the whole acorn glitter, so that's fun. I think I will finish this off with a little tie. Okay, I do have some sari silk, and I've had this for years and years as well. I ordered it online. I double it up just to get an idea of maybe how long I want it to be. And then I cut and I fold it, and then I think I push it in. I'll do it from the front, and if I don't like it, I'll turn it around. Yeah, I think this is the way. There we go. There's my first little tag. All right, let's do this one next. I know it already has texture, but I feel like it needs just a little something else. This one's a lot brighter, and I thought I would kind of work with that. And to add that, I'm just going to use my glue stick. Put it all over, and then I'm just going to lay this down. Trim off the edges. It's okay to have a little hanging over, but we don't need that much. Let's see. Okay. So cute. I found these little guys, and I don't think I've ever used this stamp, except when I first got it, I stamped it and colored it a time or two just to see how it looked. And I don't think I've used it since. Such a shame, because it is absolutely adorable. But I thought they would look so cute. Part of me is going crazy because I can't center it. I want to center it. That's just how I roll. But if I do that, then my flowers are hanging off, which I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but it bothers me. I want the whole image to be on the tag because I don't want it to get rumpled and crinkly and or even ripped off. So I want it all the way on the tag. It will make this part a little off center from the whole, and I guess I will just have to live with that. This one I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Okay, so it's not typically how I use it, but I need to clean out the tip, but I don't want to waste the glue, so here we go. Oh, look, that is so cute. This one kind of got wild. I want to trim that. Now, I do want to edge it, but the brown or walnut stain or vintage photo just does not seem appropriate. I do have some faded jeans, so I thought maybe a blue background or maybe even green. Well, let's try blue. I've already got it right here. Just a little bit. There's something about inking the edges that just really gives it a finished look. And when it's not there, it just doesn't feel finished. Need to trim a little bit more. Oh, look how cute. I just need to add a little topper. Let's see, I have this. So I want something lighter, but that's almost too bright. It's almost too white. Let me take off a piece. You see, I'm not measuring. I'm just trying to get an idea of how big I want the little topper to be. Yeah, I don't know how long it is. I could measure it, but I don't really care. You can make that as long or as short as you want. It just seems a little too white, so I have an idea. Hopefully this won't mess it up, but I think I will add just a little bit of the blue that's just left on, maybe even just on the edges or just in places. It still kind of looks too bright to me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it probably doesn't really matter, but I'm going to try to darken it up just a little bit more. Here's the second one. I think it is really, really cute. Okay, so for our last one, I really love how this turned out. It is so, so pretty. I think I'm going to make this into a paper clip. I'm not really going to add anything over top of this because I want this to show through. But I will add a little something on the top because I want to cover up at least this side of my paper clip. This one I covered up the paper clip with a circle punch of this butterfly, but you do still see it in the back. But I'm going to use a very, very tiny paper clip this time. And I got these online, I ordered them. And since they are so small, I want the longest piece to come in the back so that it will clip and hold the best. I'm going to put the smallest part through the hole. There we go. Push it all the way down like that. That's just a little tiny piece to cover. And I'm just going to put a little dark blue flower on it because I just thought that looked really pretty. And being a paper clip, it has this top portion so I can cover up the paper clip, and it also adds to the part that you can grab to pull it out. So I'm going to concentrate most of the glue over top of the paper clip. I'm not sure if this will work. I'm going to use this time. Really good. This is really kind of partially dried and thick, and that will really make it adhere really well. And I'm going to just add my little flower. I'm going to make sure that the paper clip is covered. And look, it is so cute. I still feel like I want to edge. And you know what? I may just go ahead and do the blue because I've already got it here for one thing. And it has blue, so it goes. And again, I don't need to go heavy. Just a little bit of color going around the edges. Doesn't that look finished now? I think so. Here are the 3 that we did today. I really am having so much fun with this project. I hope you will too. I hope you give it a try. Just enjoy a different way to create and a different way to reuse the watercolor paint that you end up not using, that just comes off your brush. It creates interesting patterns and it's just so much fun. I do hope you give it a try. Stay tuned for the pictures, because I will take pictures of these that we did today as well as all of the other ones that I had already made. So stay tuned for that. And that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.